Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Well, let's first take a look. I'm dropping. I think I may have solved it. I'm feeling so much better. But anyway, 14.5 going down. Pumps, I use this as CGMs, are the greatest thing. It's allowing you where you don't have to keep physical records. And the problem with physical records is that it could be your interpretation. Is it your doctor's interpretation? What has actually happened during the day? Where this pretty well gives you a snapshot of every 5 minutes. And that's a plus. So today, I want to talk about CGM and pump failures. Now, don't get me wrong, the pump is great. I don't care what type of system, don't need to hold it in front of my face, you have, but they work great. But there are times where things mess up. And if you're not on the ball, things could blow out of proportion. First one is when you get 2 glucose readings, so that would be like morning and at lunchtime, where your blood sugars are over 14, then you really have to take a look at changing your site. Oh, my site's fine. Yeah, but you know you had a problem with 1, when you change it and your blood sugars start coming down, or 2, you pull out the bandaging around the insertion site and the little tube is kinked. I know, but no. My insertions are perfect. No. So if you get too high blood sugars, check your pump insertion. That may mean that you need to do another tube insertion. 2 seconds, it's over with. Here's one that I've been getting a few times recently, and that is blockage. Tube is blocked. And what that usually means is I'm lying on the tube, and the tube, can't even show you here. The tube has become kinked, and blood can't come through. Or down the tube inside you has become clogged. Just the same as when you cut yourself, your body tries to heal. Same sort of thing. And you know what that means. Have to change site. But if you do blockage and you straighten out your tubing and it starts pumping again, then you solve the issue. There are times when your sensor could be reading totally out to lunch. And if that is the case, where your blood sugar could be reading 5 on your pump, but yet it's 15, then you may need to contact your pump company to come up with a solution for that. Your doctor may come up with a plan so that you can solve it quickly. This does the best it can with the information provided. Things like you may have to bolus before you eat. Now, if you were normal diabetic, if you were a normal person, a person without diabetes, then you wouldn't have to do this. But because you want the best effects from your pumps or your CGMs, you need to make sure that things are working, and you need to feed it the best information possible so that it can give you the best blood sugars. Now, for example, I was up at 16. I gave myself a correction, and now it is coming down. Give it the information, and it will respond most likely how you would like it to. You want to make sure your CGMs are taped to your body. They can be ripped off, and that's gotta be the worst. The worst feeling that you could ever have. And when you do that, you have to insert a new sensor. Now, the sensors themselves are not cheap. Mine go for about $3.99 a month. I think they come out to about $75 for a box of 5. 5 lasts me a month, give or take. Now, an awful lot of companies sell these tapes that you can tape on your sensors depending on what kind of model you have. And they come in pretty designs. For me, and things that are for the amount you get, things work out best. Don't go for the high price, fancy tape-on that have designs and everything on them. Go and get some Tegaderm, put it over your sensor, it holds it on. That was a little hack given to me years ago by a trainer I had in one of my first pumps. But it works. I have had very little ill effects from it. But wearing my sensor is awesome. Keeping your pump clean, keeping it working correctly, having fresh batteries in it. Here it's telling you it needs batteries. The second bottle tells you that your insulin bottle is becoming empty. I mean, you can't do it manually, you can. You see, I've got a little bit more to last for the day. But all these things can go wrong. If you know of any others, mention it below. Because this whole channel is to pass information. If your doctor or your diabetic nurse has told you to do something, check and ask, is it something just for me or is it for anyone? And if it's for anyone, pass on the information. With that, have a super day, and let's get the best use we can out of our pumps. Before I sign off, I forgot one point here, and that is utilize your pump. If you've been prescribed with a pump and you're not using it, it's a waste of money and you're not going to get control. Besides, your doctors are going to look to see if your pump's program has information onto it. And with that, have a super day, and we'll talk later. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.